let this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcast, you can find me in this amazing program, Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. We got to go today, y'all. I said we got to go today, y'all. We are going to talk about, are the South Carolina women's basketball team ready for the SEC tournament, which starts tomorrow? Gamecocks don't play the Friday. But are we ready? Are we ready to win the championship? South Carolina won the coin toss, so we're the number one seed. So, and we don't play until Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. Are we ready? Are we ready to take the reins? Are we playing our best basketball? We're going to talk all about that. We're also going to talk about, the SEC awards that were released today. Yesterday was the USA Today. Today it was the SEC awards that were, voted by the coaches. So we'll discuss that. Interesting to say the least. South Carolina finished the regular season at 27-3. Carolina had an overall conference record of 15-1. Lost one game to Texas. Finished tied for first place. Overall net rating of second in the country. That's amazing. Strength of schedule of first in the country. Had 14 quadrant 1 wins. Last time I checked, I think that was the most in the country. This is a terrific basketball team. 30 games done. Let's get this championship. Let's repeat as SEC champions. Let's repeat as NCAA champions. South Carolina is an elite basketball team. Carolina is have so many terrific players, but what Carolina has done over the past, I would say, couple weeks, really. Let's say 10 days, however you want to say it, has shrunk the bench. I would say we are basically playing 8 players now, and unless there's some foul trouble, that's always the caveat. But Dawn Staley right now has a rotation of 8 players, meaning she starts the traditional starters of Raven, of Powell, of Breezy, of Fagan, and Chloe, and then brings up the next wave, which is Joyce, Fulwiley, and Tessa. All McDonald's All-Americans, all 5-star recruits, and this has been something that coaches have said. Kenny Brooks was the last coach to talk about the talent on his basketball team. So many McDonald's All-Americans, and MiKayla Moki was talking about that before when we beat them. Oh, McDonald's All-Americans, blah, 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 blah. I don't recall anybody talking about so many McDonald's All-Americans when Newcome was running roughshod over the women's basketball scene. I don't remember so many people was talking about McDonald's All-American when various other teams were winning so many games and championships. But now it's a thing to say, oh, Carolina got so many McDonald's All-Americans. It's kind of funny to me because everybody has the opportunity to recruit. Recruit better. That's all I got to say. Recruit better. In terms of actually the question of being ready to win a championship, and is the Gamecocks ready for conference play? Let's talk about conference numbers. We have a big enough data pool volume of stats from the 16 games that were played in conference. So total of 30 games, but 16 of them were conference play. So we're taking out the teams that on the non-conference schedule that were not very good. We're taking out the teams on the non-conference schedule that were really good. And we're just going to talk about the conference stats for this basketball team and who's playing their best basketball now. And I'm going to go from minutes played. It's always a key point for South Carolina in terms of minutes played, who's starting, who's getting the minutes, all those different things. From 1 to 8, in terms of minutes played in conference, you range from a high of Te-Hina Paopao with 25 minutes to a low of 20 minutes by Malaysia Fulwiley. So it's only a 5-minute difference between those 8 players in terms of minutes played. And with Te-Hina Paopao in conference, 25 minutes, getting you 9 points, 44% from the field on 7 attempts, and 36% from 3 on 5 attempts, and 86% from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers. She has an offensive rating of 116.8 and a defensive rating of 83.2. Is Te-Hina Paopao playing her best basketball right now? I don't think she's playing her best basketball, but I think she is trending upward to play her best basketball when we need her to play her best basketball. In conference play, she, 3 assists to 2 turnovers. That's a, 1.5 assist to turnover ratio. That is good. That's not great. Great is when you're averaging, 2 assists. I like a 2 assists to 1 turnover ratio. 2 to 1 is better for me. But it's still good. 9 points off 44% shooting from the field on 7 attempts. I wish that number was more in terms of shooting attempts, but it's not. And what's also is perplexing for Powell this year is, shooting the 3. This year she's shooting at 36% on 5 attempts, almost 5 attempts. And last year she, was number 1 in the country. So that number has went down, but it's not Carolina as a team hasn't shot the 3-point basket well this year. Everybody's numbers are down. Everyone's numbers are down. The only one who has consistently been hitting the 3 and shooting similar to what she shot last year is Tessa. Everybody else is down. Te-Hina Paopao is the leader of this basketball team. Make no mistake about it. She is the leader of this team. When Dawn Staley needs this team to calm down, Te-Hina Paopao does that. She if she's on the bench and the offense is out of whack, she comes back into the basketball game. Last basketball game, I want to say she played about 34, 35 minutes. I expect the same thing. I don't know if she's going to play 34, 35 minutes against our opponent on Friday, but on Saturday, on Sunday, I can see that. I could really see that against the teams that, especially on Sunday. And I'm already fast forwarding past Friday. I know we're going to win on Friday. I think we're going to win on Saturday. We're going to win on Sunday. But I'm just fast forwarding to Sunday. You're going to need Te-Hina Paopao on that court a lot. And next is Raven Johnson. Raven's getting you 24 minutes a game, 5 points, 41% from the field on 5 attempts. 41% from the field is actually solid. It's actually solid. It's just on 5 attempts per basketball game. I wish she would shoot more as well. 30% from 3 on 2 attempts, not shooting the ball a lot from the 3-point line in the conference play. 30% could be better. 75% from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, and 1 turnover. Raven Johnson, in terms of assist to turnover ratio, is playing sensational. Rebounding, playing really good. Shooting, 41%, like I said before, is good. It's good. You got some players who getting all SEC stuff, shooting 30-some%. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm just keeping it real. Her offensive rating is 113.2, and her defensive rating is 79.8. In terms of defense, out of the 3 years that Raven has played substantial basketball, the first year she got injured, this is the lowest of her defensive rating in the last 3 years. Now, not saying the 79.8 is low. We ain't gonna say that whatsoever. But in terms of Raven Johnson's standards, 79.8 is low for her. Okay, let's just keep it real. But 79.8 is sensational for most basketball players. Breezy Hall. Breezy is getting you also 24 minutes. So those three wing players, 25 minutes, 24 minutes, 24 minutes in conference play, about the same. They are literally about the same. And Breezy getting you 6 points, shooting 34% from the field on 6 attempts, shooting 33% from the field on 3 attempts from 3, and 74% for the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, has a offensive rating of 106.6 and a defensive rating of 86.8. The question was are they playing their best basketball right now? Raven? No. Breezy? No. Neither one of them are playing their best basketball right now. The expectation is for both of those players to elevate their game and to play their best basketball in this SEC tournament and moving on to the NCAA tournament. I'm interested so much because it's playing 30 basketball games and the goal for these young ladies are to repeat. So I want to see, now that we are in the SEC tournament, now we are starting March Madness tomorrow, I want to see the volume get turned up for all 3 of these players. All 3. I need, for these 3, and we just talk about the wings, the starting wings for the South Carolina women's basketball team, the 3-time national champions. I need Powell to be more selfish. Like, Kat, what you talk about? Yeah, I need Powell to be more selfish. I need Powell to shoot the ball more. Powell is an excellent basketball player. One of the best in the country. Going to be a first-round pick in the WNBA draft next month. I don't want Tahina Powell to be shooting less than 11 shots per basketball game. I don't want that. I want her to shoot at least 11 times. I'll be happy with 12 times. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Powell should shoot 18, 20 times again. That's not going to happen. But if she, on Friday, if Powell shoots 12 times, 12 attempts, it's shot o'clock. It's shot o'clock. Somebody keep a list of this. Somebody keep a list of this when we go live on Friday. If Powell shoots more than 12 shots or more, we doing a shot. Because I know she can ball. We know she can ball. I need Powell to light them cats up on Friday. And in terms of Breezy and Ray with 5 attempts per game and Breezy with 6 attempts per game, 11 attempts, and and both of them playing 24 minutes each. I just need a little more. Just a little more. Just a little bit more aggressiveness in shooting the basketball. That's all I want. That's all I want for both of those players. But I need Powell to be the catalyst for this basketball team on Friday. On Friday, that's what I need. Now we move on to the post players for South Carolina in terms of conference play. And Chloe's averaging, 24 minutes and getting you 10 points, 50% from the field on 7 attempts and 84% from the free throw line. Terrific numbers. And get you 8 rebounds. Our lead rebounder on this basketball team. 3 assists. This is that unselfish basketball that South Carolina plays. You got 3 players averaging 3 assists per basketball game. Who does that? South Carolina. 1 steal, 1 block, and 2 turnovers. Have the offensive rating of 120.2. Have a defensive rating of 78. Chloe has been playing amazing basketball this season. Chloe's playing her best basketball of the year right now. She is feeling herself. She's on a different level. And now, which we'll talk about in a little while, and concerning the SEC awards, I think she has another chip on her shoulder, because there is no way in God's green earth that Chloe Kitts should not be on first or second team in these SEC awards voted by the coaches. There's no way. This is impossible behavior. But it is what it is at this point. We'll discuss that. Tessa Johnson. Tessa Johnson, the conference play, is getting you 22 minutes, 9 points, 50% from the field on 6 attempts, 44% from 3 on 3 attempts, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, offensive rating of 118.8, and defensive rating of 85.5. Tessa Johnson is playing her best basketball as we move on to the SEC tournament. Tournament test has arrived, and we are all witnesses of that. It's about to be on with Tessa Johnson. And a sharp shooting Tessa Johnson to go along with a aggressive Tina Pow is going to be nice. Now we talk about starters, and again we talk about bench, and yeah, Tessa comes off the bench. She should get you 22 minutes. So is she starting? Is she coming off the bench? What is she doing? Like I said before, it don't matter, because 1 through 8 range from 25 minutes to 20 minutes. Don't matter. Because next on the list is Joyce Edwards. Joyce Edwards, our leading scorer in conference play. She's getting you 21 minutes, getting you 14 points off 57% from the field on 10 attempts. Off the bench, right? 72% from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover. In terms of overall offensive play, offensive ratings, and playing efficiently, Joyce Edwards is our most efficient, basketball player in conference. Through those 16 games, Joyce Edwards is the most efficient. She has an offensive rating of 123.2, while also having a defensive rating of 82.6. Joyce is getting better and better in defense, and we've seen that throughout the season. Through the season, we've seen her turnovers drop and her efficiency go up. Joyce is playing the best basketball of her career. Now, of her season, I would say. In terms, and there's been some lows, some ups and downs towards the latter part of the season where, she wasn't as efficient as she normally is in the last couple of games. But prior to that, she was straight balling. Do I expect something different on Friday? Joyce is going to ball on Friday, y'all. She's going to ball out. Sanaa Fagan, in terms of minutes played, but she starts, right? Is 7 in minutes played in conference. Sanaa Fagan getting you 21 minutes, 8 points, 63% from the field on 5 attempts, 79% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, a couple of turnovers, offensive rating of 118, defensive rating of 77.2, which is outstanding. And having Chloe and Sanaa Fagan, and at the same time, defensively, both of them have, right, here and here. In terms of defensive rating, 78.0 for Chloe and 77.2 for Sanaa Fagan. That is like unreal. Real talk. That's crazy. Uncommon, if you will. And she's playing her best basketball right now. The 2 players that are playing their best basketball is Chloe and Sanaa. And then a drop below that is Malaysia. Okay. And finally, you're talking about Malaysia Fulwiley, averaging 20 minutes, second in leading score. In conference play, 13 points, 42% from the field on 12 attempts. Malaysia Fulwiley shoots the most on this basketball team. Not a lot. 12 attempts, and Joy shoots about 10 times. Not a lot. Not a lot. On other teams, she would shoot 24 times a game instead of 12, She would be putting up 26 points instead of 13. But it is what it is. This is Carolina. She's shooting 24% from 3, though. That is very low for her, and it's on 4 attempts. Through 30 basketball games, you are what you are. I don't think Fulwiley this year has been a good 3-point shooter. I don't think she's been an average 3-point shooter. I think she's been a below average 3-point shooter. But in terms of a playmaker and shot maker, yes, one of the best in the country in doing that. I think she don't need to shoot 4 attempts from 3 going forward in SEC play, NCAA. I don't think so. I don't think so. 3 rebounds, couple assists, 2 steals, 1 block, couple of turnovers, offensive rating of 106.1. The reason that Fulwiley's offensive rating is 106.1, if she was not shooting 24% from 3, that would be up some. Okay. That's lowering her overall field goal percentage. If her assist to turnover ratio was better, because right now it's 2 assists to 2 turnovers, it would be up some more. And then you would be talking about one of the most efficient basketball players in the SEC. It will change. Defense rating is 74.2, is the lowest on our basketball team and one of the lowest in the SEC. The lowest. Hear me now. The lowest defensive rating by a perimeter player in the SEC. How about that? Gamecocks are ready. Gamecocks are ready for the tournament. We're ready. Don Staley's ready. Coaching staff is ready. Molly is ready. These players are ready. And then I talked about the 8. But here's the thing. If needed, the next one off the bench is Miriam Dada, who has been playing her best basketball of the season. She's figured it out. You still got Maddie in a pinch who could come in and play some ball. You still got Adele Tack who can come in and get some rebounds. You got Sakima who had a walking boot. But we good. We good on that aspect. Let's move on to the All SEC Awards for that was voted by the coaches of the SEC. I don't know how you can fix this mess. I don't know. And everybody has an opinion. You see some people say, yeah, that was spot on. Everything was great with these awards, And then you have the SEC coaches voting for it, and I would like it to be more unbiased, but you see some bias. I mean, it is because it's human error. South Carolina's in a situation where I think the voters of the SEC coaches have voters fatigue for Carolina. And I think we saw some voters fatigue for Texas this year. If the criteria for all SEC awards should be the best players in the SEC, and the 2 best teams in the SEC are South Carolina and Texas, then South Carolina and Texas should litter these awards because they're the best 2 teams. Madison Booker won the Player of the Year. Madison Booker, terrific player from Texas, playing outstanding basketball. I don't agree with that, of her being the Player of the Year. I think Anissa Morrow has played a better season than Madison Booker. Is this a time where you say, oh, snap, okay, we're going to give the award to the best player on the quote-unquote best team? So the 2 best teams are Texas and South Carolina. Okay. So if we're gonna do that, if that's the criteria, if that is the criteria of the coaches, then okay, you can say Madison Booker. If that is the criteria. But if we're saying about the best player who played in the SEC this year, that's Anissa Morrow. And in my opinion, it's not even close. It's not even close. Coach of the year got Vic Shaefer from Texas as well. I can't complain about that whatsoever. Tied for first in the conference, regular season championship tied, and number 2 overall seed by a coin flip, and they're new to the SEC, so everything was different for them. I can't get mad at that. I ain't get mad with that. Defensive player of the year, Clara Strack from Kentucky. Clara Strack led the SEC in block shots. I get it, what you're trying to say. I understand. Because she led in block shots, thus she should be the defensive player of the year. And sometimes we see, the player that leads in steals is defensive player of the year. Block shots and steals are components of being defensive player of the year. I understand. How about defensive rating? I think that should weigh in. How about defensive stop percentage? I think that should weigh in. We have all these different analytics to actually tell you to weigh in on various different measures to say who's the best. Why not? How about a player like Taylor Jones? What about her from Texas? Taylor Jones was number 1 in defensive rating. Number 1. Taylor Jones was 3rd in block shots. I kind of like that more than Clara Strack. And Clara Strack is a really good defender. I think Taylor Jones played better. And again, the voting is so crazy because yesterday in USA Today, they had Anissa Morrow being the best defender in the SEC, which I don't agree with. And then Clara Strack didn't receive votes because second was Talasia Cooper. And this one, Clara Strack won the whole thing by the coaches. I think it should have been Taylor Jones. She don't play 35 minutes a game, but she puts out outstanding numbers, and she plays for one of the best teams in the country. Gotcha. Freshman of the year, MiKayla Blakes from Vanderbilt. MiKayla Blakes is one of the best scorers of the basketball in the SEC, regardless of classification. In terms of defense, her defensive rating is 91.3, which isn't good. It's okay. It's okay. I would have liked for Joyce Edwards to be the freshman of the year. She's not getting the minutes that MiKayla Blakes get. Let's say that. She's not taking the shots, as many shot attempts as MiKayla Blakes. She don't have 50-point games like MiKayla Blakes. But she shoots at a higher percentage, much higher percentage. Her true shooting percentage is higher. Her efficient shooting percentage is higher. Rebounds are higher. Defensive rating is much lower. And she plays for a better team. I thought it should be Joyce Edwards. Newcome of the year, I'm just going to skip that. I think that's one of the dumbest awards that you're giving out. Newcome of the year. What? Make it make sense. Did Tina Pow get it last year? She get it last year. She Newcome of the year? Should have. I think we should do a retrospect. Okay, since we're going to give out Newcome of the year to Georgia Amoore. Tina Pow should got it last year. Please take that award out. It's a silly award. Silly award. 6th woman of the year. 6th woman of the year. Malaysia Fulwiley. South Carolina. MiKayla Fulwiley has been having a really good second half of the season. But here's the thing. If we're gonna give out the 6th Woman of the Year award, my problem with the 6th Woman of the Year award is you have coaches chasing that award. You know, the young lady was a Layla Filia from Florida last year. The coach was chasing that award. We're not going to start her, but she's going to play 36 minutes. Okay, got it. If we talk about, I don't think, okay, let me be like this right here. I don't think MiKayla Fulwiley should have won the 6th Woman of the Year award. I don't. I think that Joyce has been playing better, had a better season than MiKayla, and I think she should have won the 6th Woman of the Year award. By the own metric of the coaches voting for this award and the all SEC first team. How is it possible? Please help me out. Let a brother know. Let me know. How does Joyce Edwards get on the all SEC first team and she comes off the bench but does not win the SEC 6th Woman of the Year? That makes absolutely zero sense by the own letter of the law of the voting committee of the SEC. What the hell? You got 2 Gamecocks. 2 Gamecocks. And we talk about 6th Woman of the Year. It would be Joyce Edwards, number 1, MiKayla Fulwiley. I would be happy. I would be happy if the coaching committee said, yo, we're going to put Fulwiley and Joyce as co-6th Women of the Year, and I'll be happy. But you can't have a player who comes off the bench still make the all SEC first team and don't win the award. That makes no sense whatsoever. That's crazy. So Fulwiley wins the award for SEC 6th Woman of the Year, but she's on the all SEC second team. What the hell? Did you actually like AG this stuff? Did you actually think about what was being written up when you discuss? It's like, okay, like, damn, okay, hold on. It don't kind of make sense if it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't like the numbers of people getting on the first team or the second team. It's kind of like the award shows now. I remember as a kid, like the Grammys and the American Music Awards. I ain't really watched the Oscars that, because Oscars have been whacked since forever. Because the movies that win, nobody ain't seen no movies. Nobody ain't seen no movies. Like what movie is this that they being nominated? Like that was in the movies? What? Like So it's been whacked for years. Because always the winners of the Oscars are movies that nobody saw. Nobody saw. But then you highlight. I know if I'm going off on a rant right now, but then you highlight the movies that grossed out and made a lot of money, like in this one right here. You know, with Wicked. Wicked made a ton of money. So you're gonna have Cynthia and Ariana Grande, singing in it, right? Because it made a lot of money. Because people can identify with Wicked. A lot of people folks seen it. It just boggles my mind, but that's another thing. But for Oscar Awards, you have like 10 nominees. For the Grammys, you got like 10, 12 nominees. I like everybody can't be a nominee. Somebody can't, we trying to pacify too much. So for these awards, you got, let me see, for all SEC first team, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 9 people who made all SEC first team. How can everybody be first team? This ain't football. In football, you got on offense, you say you got all SEC on offensive football. You got 11 players. You ain't got 18 players. In basketball, You say all SEC first team. You got 5 players who start. How about have 5 players and leave it like that? And then we did all SEC second team. How about have 5 players and instead you got like 8 of them? So you got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. You got 17 players who made first and second team. Last time I checked, that's 3 teams plus 2 reserves. I'm just saying, and because you don't want to hurt feelings, you want to say everybody's a champion. Everybody not a champion. Everybody shouldn't be rewarded. And we're talking about champions that should not be awarded. First of all, in Captain Will's mind, if you play for a team that is under 500 in conference play, you should not be nominated. Like Cap, there might be some great players on a team that suck. Well, I'm just saying right there, you could be a great player on a team that suck, but that's like, okay, I live in Charlotte. Charlotte Hornets suck. Terrible basketball team. That's like putting LaMelo Ball on the All-Star team. It's the same thing. Same thing. You don't reward bad behavior. As a team, as a coaching staff, or organization, you don't do that. So when I see names on the first team, like Sarah Ashley Barker from Alabama, I was like, what in the hell? And Alabama's a good basketball team. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at the list for first team, and you got Texas, who's number 1. You got South Carolina, who's number 1. Number 1. Both teams number 1 in the SEC standards for the year. Both teams going to be number 1 seeds in the country. And then you got only 1 player from first team from Texas, and you got 1 player from South Carolina who makes all SEC first team. Please make sense to me. You got 3 players from LSU who make all SEC first team. How in the hell is that possible? Please make it make sense. Make it make sense. You got. I don't understand. It's some crazy stuff that's going on. There's some crazy stuff that's going on. It makes no sense to me that those are the things. That's the criteria. And then we move on. Let's move on. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Okay. And obviously I'm a Gamecock fan. This is a Gamecock show, but come on, man. You go into the second team. I'm looking at the second team. I don't see nobody from Texas. So the number 1 team in the SEC, not going to be a number 1 seed, has 1 player on the first team and the second team in all SEC. That got to be the most dumbassity stuff I've ever heard of. That's just crazy. That makes no sense whatsoever. And whoever signed up on this mess need to be, that is crazy. It's just dumb. It don't even, why even have the damn award? Why have the award? And then we rewarding Deanna Gaston from Auburn, making second team. Really? Auburn sucked. Auburn's a bad basketball team. They're a bad basketball team. So you telling me that some of these players you talk about, Sarah Ashley Barker, is better than everybody on Texas team with the exception of Madison Booker? You telling me that Deanna Gaston is better than everybody's basketball team on Texas? Come on. Mississippi State, Jordan. Jerica Leah Jordan. All SEC second team. Mississippi State is terrible. But we got a player making all SEC second team over multiple players who should have made this thing. Ain't no shade to any of these players who didn't make it. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to have 17 different slots from 1 to 17, and you have 1 player from Texas, you got 3 from South Carolina. And I think you just had to. The first and second team should be littered with South Carolina and Texas. This is stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's just, come on. Then you got Madison Scott from Ole Miss. Madison Scott is a good black basketball player. She is a good basketball player. She is not one of the best 17 basketball players in the SEC. That is not it. Madison Scott is not the best player on Ole Miss's basketball team. It's Sarah Thenu. Sarah Thenu. She's the best basketball player on the team. She is the one that you definitely got a game plan for offensively and defensively. She is the truth. And ladies and gentlemen, she is a freshman. You missed a spot on who it was actually the best player on this team and gave it to Madison Scott. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. I mean, Taylor Jones, ever heard of her? I already talked about her earlier. Number 1 in defensive rating, 3rd in blocks, nowhere to be seen. Could she be a reason why Texas is so good this year? Could be. Could be. Chloe Kitts, our own Chloe Kitts, hair flip, eyelashes. Chloe Kitts is nowhere in the top 17 of these players. Nowhere. What? Chloe Kitts is almost averaging a double-double while playing 22 minutes per basketball game. But she's not warranted first or second team on the team that is tied for first in the regular season. Jewel Spear, who has been balling out all season long, no recognition. No recognition whatsoever. Efficiently, if we want to grade this thing about efficiency, Talasia Cooper and Jewel Spear, same team, Jewel Spear is having a better year. She's having a better year. She shoots a higher percentage, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, Jewel Spear. Less turnovers, way more efficient offensively. Talasia Cooper is better defensively. But Jewel Spear ain't no joke. It's ridiculous, y'all. It is so stupid. So stupid. All defensive team. You got Talasia Cooper in Tennessee, and Talasia is 10th in the SEC in terms of defensive rating, 1st in steals. That's why she made it. That's why she made it. Sanaya Fagan, South Carolina, been having an outstanding defensive year for South Carolina Gamecocks. She's averaging about 2 blocks per game. She's averaging 2 blocks per game in SEC play. So, that is warranted for her and has a low defensive rating. Rory Harmon, same difference. Rory Harmon has been balling defensively. Raven Johnson has been balling defensively. Get it. Understand. Nisa Morrow. Defensively, she's been doing her work. Clara Strack. Clara Strack led the SEC in block shots. I get it. A couple of omissions who should be on this list. Number 1, Malaysia Fulwiley. Check the stats. Do the per 40 or the per 36 on Malaysia Fulwiley and match her against Cooper, Harmon, Raven, all 3 of them. Malaysia Fulwiley metrics per 36 is better than all 4 of them, all 3 of them. But she's not on this team. Don't get caught up in the sauce of Malaysia Fulwiley with the super duper offensive plays and things of that nature. Malaysia Fulwiley is one of the best defenders in the SEC. Make no mistake about it. And she didn't get the award. Let's go back to Bree Bill. It took some years for Bree Bill to actually get on this list when Gamecock fans knew that she was the best perimeter defender in the conference. You can't have the player in Taylor Jones, who's number 1 in defensive rating and number 3 in block shots, not on your defensive team. It's just dumb. Just dumb. I don't like it. I ain't talking about it no more. SEC is done in regards to awards. I'm going to not talk about awards no more until we do the NCAA awards. We got real basketball that's going down really soon. And I just can't wait. Captain Will is going to be lit in Greenville. It's going to be a problem. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.